You can see the rain, the heaviest rain and the wind is now out of your area. So the rain and the heaviest rains and the heaviest winds are now out of our viewing area and will continue to do so. The only exception, extreme southern St. Mary's County, extreme southern Calvert County, and then over towards the eastern shore here. So if you live around the Washington, D.C. metro area, you are no longer under the gun as far as this storm is concerned.
Okay.
All right, Doug, we appreciate that. Once again, about 1 million people now without power. The storm came through very quickly, very severely. Doug tells us that it is just about over now, and there is nothing else that we can tell you except that I'm sorry, say that again, please.
They want us to go back to Doug. Doug, give us yet another wrap up of what is going on now. So is it over the Chesapeake Bay now?
Well, here's the next thing that you worry about. A lot of people have already left, and when I say left, Friday. Here it is Friday. We're going into a weekend trying to escape the heat. A lot of people down there towards the beaches. Give your friends, if they've already left for the beach, give them a call. Down towards Rehoboth, down towards Dewey, down towards Ocean City. Let them know that this line is moving your way. I'm going to step out for just a second, and I'm going to zoom on down to that area because that is the area that is going to get hit next. It is down there towards Cambridge. It is down there towards Salisbury, Georgetown, down towards Dewey Beach, down towards portions of Ocean City, Maryland. So that is the area right now that is going to be under the gun next. So we're going to continue to watch this as it does move off at about 60 to 70 miles an hour, and it will continue to do so. Now, as we look at the temperatures around our region, let's see where we are right now. I just want to take a look and see exactly what our current temperatures are. And let's go to 29 real fast while I do this, guys. I don't want to show any blips on the screen right here. If we can go to 29 real fast, because I do want to show you where those temperatures are and where they're going to continue to be, because I still expect those numbers tomorrow to get way up there, And again, you're going to probably see a little bit of a blip here as I load the current temperatures here. But here we go. Ready? 88 degrees in La Plata, 84 in Patuxent River. That was probably last hour, but notice where we've been. Okay, so we're not going to start off at 80 like it was looking like a little bit earlier this afternoon. We're going to start off around 73 in Washington. I wouldn't be surprised if the temperatures went up overnight tonight. It's extremely hot outside. It's extremely humid, and that's going to continue. Now, these numbers are going to come down. Patuxent River just went down to 75 degrees. As we move on through the rest of the evening, we're going to continue to see these numbers maybe go back up for a second as we move on through. Now, here was the line of storms around 9 o'clock. It moved on through the region. Notice where we are at 5 a.m. tomorrow. It is gone. It is out into the open waters of the Atlantic Ocean. We are sitting there with plenty of sunshine. What's that going to do? It's going to bring back the hot weather, and we've been asking, what about the storms? Well, here they are. Best chance, and I've been telling you this all day, will be to the north and west of the Washington, D.C. area. So, again, maybe Loudoun County, Frederick County, back toward the panhandle of West Virginia, along I-81. And then they will potentially come through our area once again tomorrow night and into the overnight hours. So this is a scenario that I think is going to play out not just tomorrow, but here's Sunday night. And again, Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, we have the potential for more of these. So we're going to see these little impulses move across the region. And I call them little impulses because that's really what they are in the whole scheme of things. But for us, they may be very, very big, just like it was out there for tonight. So they're going to continue to move through, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures. So tomorrow morning, warm and muggy. We're talking about very muggy conditions, 70 to about 79 degrees early in the morning. Again, temperatures may actually go up overnight tonight. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:46. Sun and clouds tomorrow afternoon. Very hot. Very humid with possible severe storms. Temperatures 97 to about 101 degrees. So with that, you're going to see that heat index climbing to about 110 once again. We still have that excessive heat watch that is in effect for the day tomorrow, and heat advisories already in effect too. So 100 tomorrow, 99 on your Sunday, 94 on Monday, and 94 on Tuesday. This right here is why the power outages are so huge right now. 1.2 million people without power, and you're dealing with some of the hottest temperatures we've seen in quite some time. Some of the hottest temperatures so far this summer, and that heat looks to continue as we make our way through July 4th. 93 degrees for your July 4th holiday. We are expecting at least some thunderstorm activity on your July 4th holiday, and maybe even in towards next week. So we're going to continue to talk about this as we move on through. Now, let's go back and show you where these storms were, where they've been over the last few hours. Right now, going back about 3 hours now, and you can see where these storms are. Actually, it's only 2 hours. 2 hours from I-81 to the Chesapeake Bay. If you can make that time, you might live a lot closer to the city instead of making that commute. But here we go, and you can see where they are right now, making their way across the bay.
Doug,
yes, sir.
Let me ask you something. You showed the temperatures for the next several days a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
All in the 90s. Are we in an unusual pattern here? And is this a harbinger of what we can expect through the summer, or does it mean anything at all like that?
I really don't think it means anything, Jim. One thing that this does say, and I was on the radio today talking with some of the folks from WMZQ, and they said, well, Doug, is this global warming, and what's going on? If we did not have global warming, we wouldn't see this. I really believe that. I really think that this is because maybe we would have seen 101. Maybe we would have seen 102, but not 104. We have set all-time records all across the entire portion of the country. St. Louis hit 108 yesterday. Nashville, Tennessee hit 109 degrees during the day today. That is extreme heat, and these are all-time records that have come up here. So are we in an unusual pattern? Yes. Does this kind of pattern happen? Yes, it does. Is this an unusual pattern to see temperatures this high? When you're talking about all-time record heat, it is fairly unusual. The good news is the heat that's here is going to move back into the plains. While that's good news for us, it's bad news for places like Colorado, where they had a little bit of relief. You saw those wildfires over the past couple of days. It looks like the heat and the dry air will move back towards Denver, will move back to the Front Range, and the fire did spread a little bit more during the day today. So we're going to be watching out for that, too.
Dry, Doug. We, got a little bit of rain here, but are we still under what is normal for this time of year in terms of rainfall?
Believe it or not, Jim, we're still about 6 inches below average for the year.
6 inches?
6 inches below average for the year. This will do a little bit. I haven't had time to take a look and see how much rain that we've gotten over the last couple of hours with this. I would assume, because it was such a quick mover, maybe we saw about a half an inch or so. But again, these are such quick movers that they didn't really bring a lot of rain. It was the damaging winds. There was some small hail, but that was really about it. This was all a wind event, and that's exactly what we're going to see as it continues to move out towards the Delmarva and through Salisbury and Ocean City.
When you were talking about the wildfires out in Colorado, we have had wildfires the last few days in the Shenandoah National Park and over in Warren County.
Right.
Do you think, did this exacerbate it with the wind, or do you think the rain that came through helped at all with those firefighters out there?
No, the rain today really did not do anything to help out those fires. The wind, I would assume that the wind really did produce some big-time factors here as far as that's concerned. I wouldn't be surprised if those fires really did spread a lot throughout the rest of the night tonight. The good news now is temperatures are down, but tomorrow they're going to go right back up. I mean, look at the heat across the country today. 106 in St. Louis, 103 in Memphis, 105 in Raleigh, and that's not even the hottest air that we've seen. For us, it was 104. Down towards Atlanta, you're looking at 104 degrees. Notice Jacksonville, Florida, sitting at 94 degrees. So that air continues to be on the cool side down to the south. This is where your coolest or your warmest air is, right across the center portion of the country, and that's where it's going to continue to be, I think, during the day tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, Doug, appreciate it, man. We are once again, this has been an extraordinary evening. A million of you, a million of us, our neighbors, don't have power anymore. Yes?
We have Dan Stessel from Metro, who is on the phone with us now. Dan, what kind of problems are you experiencing on Metro tonight? How's it looking?
Hey, good evening, Jim and Wendy. Yeah, we've got a rough night out there on all rail lines and all bus lines. There's some scattered issues around, but the most acute issue right now is on the red line between Shady Grove and Grosvenor stations. That is where we have no third rail power due to a commercial power outage in that area. So red line service is temporarily suspended both directions between Shady Grove and Grosvenor right now. And we are advising customers that while shuttle buses are en route, it's going to take them some time to get there. So you do want to plan for that and travel only if you absolutely have to. All the other rail lines have, isolated incidents. We've got a down tree on the far western end of the orange line between Dunloring and West Falls Church. Trains are getting by with a single track there. We had earlier a power outage between Addison Road and Morgan Boulevard on the blue line. That's coming back right now, so trains will start operating through that section. And we've got isolated station power outages, stations that are on backup power, but there are some equipment outages, meaning escalators and elevators at those stations that don't have commercial power will be out of service. So about 17 of our 86 stations right now with local power outages.
How about the buses, Dan? Any problems there?
Oh yeah, across the board. Right now, I mean, we're on most routes. We're approaching the end of the service day for bus service, and ridership is very light. But where we do have buses out, they're encountering the same thing that your crews are encountering, and that all motorists are encountering. It's a very dangerous situation. There are a lot of downed trees out there. Buses are intentionally slowing down and operating with some significant delays. So if you are out waiting for a bus, make sure that you're, in a safe location, and be sure that you give yourself plenty of extra time and travel only if you absolutely have to.
And when you were talking about the red line, it is Friday night. A lot of people stayed out. They go out after work to the bars and the restaurants, and then they plan on taking the subway back. So do you have a lot of people on the red line heading out of town that are going to have to be routed around this power outage?
No, actually, ridership before the storms was actually lighter than you would expect on a normal Friday night. That could be a function of the extreme temperatures. It's just really uncomfortable out there, or at least it was before the storms hit. And also, we're heading into this holiday week where a lot of people are on vacation. So we've seen lighter than normal Friday ridership all day. That is working to our advantage right now. We do have fewer passengers to keep track of and to respond to as we go through this disruption tonight.
Any way to anticipate, Dan, how long the problems will last before you can fix it?
Unclear, but in some cases, we're dependent upon the commercial power companies that feed us the power to run the system in these locations. So it'll be a function of how long it takes their crews to get power restored. In some places where we have issues that we can control for, down trees and other infrastructure-related stuff, we've got crews responding to those locations right now, and that should be, within 1 to 2 hours, I would estimate.
All right.
Dan Stessel with Metro. We appreciate that. Thanks very much, man. Stay safe out there.
You bet. You too.
Okay. Shamari Stone, still in his car, still got that Skype thing working. I don't know how to work that, but I'm glad you do, Shamari. Where are you now, and what are you seeing out your windshield?
Right now I'm here at 13th Street and U Street Northwest, and a firefighter just told me that on top of this roof that you're looking at right up there, that some tiles had flown off. The people inside this building are very concerned. We're first on the scene here. Firefighters have a ladder truck, and if I move up, there's a firefighter that's coming down from that ladder truck right now. On the back of this building here on U Street, we're actually near Ben's Chili, just to let you know. And there's a deck that is also collapsed. Firefighters are out here checking the top of this roof. Let me move right over here. You can see that is the truck right there, and there's a lot of firefighters who are trying to figure out, what exactly they're dealing with. But one thing is clear. One firefighter told me that at the top of this building, there are the roof has collapsed inside. So they're just checking to make sure that the folks inside are going to be okay. I'm going to try and get more confirmation. Keep in mind, we arrived on scene a short time ago, I'd say 5 minutes, so we're just trying to get all the information to you viewers first here on NBC Washington News 4.
Shamari, U Street is, pretty busy on a Friday night. A lot of people out in the street tonight, or what?
I don't see a lot of people, Jim. In fact, let me just go inside right now because the firefighters just turned on their truck, and I don't know if the viewers can hear me. Can you hear me, Jim?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Right now, just real quick, Jim, they're moving the ladder over. They're going to put it right back down. But to answer your question, there are people walking around, but they're not as much, obviously, on a night like this on U Street on a Friday night when you have a massive thunderstorm that swept through this. You're hearing a lot of sirens. Keep in mind, these firefighters are working incredibly hard trying to, help all the people. Right now, there's some folks who are walking on the street right over there. There's several down trees, so if you're in your cars, make sure you pull over because it's really dangerous right now.
All right. Shamari Stone reporting to us from 13th and U. Thank you, Shamari. Be safe.
And we have Leha Anderson from Dominion Power on the phone right now. Thanks for joining us. I know it's a busy night for you. How serious are your outages, and how soon do you think you can start assessing the issue and trying to get people back up?
Well, we have widespread outages throughout Northern Virginia. We've got more than 450,000 customers in Northern Virginia without power, and that's because of the high winds and the lightning that pass through the area. We have crews that are out working now, but we have safety as our #1 priority. So until the storm completely passes through our area, we will not be able to get out in force. We do have crews, as I said, out, though. We have made some repairs and been able to restore some customers, but I think people need to understand that this is a major, major event, and it's going